silent before we begin. We'll be broadcasting to the whole country, so no any ringing or pinging or music while we are presenting. Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. You all sound very lively. That's good. That's good. I've turned the room on to cool, so it should cool down a little bit in the room. Otherwise, I get all the heat up here, so I feel it first, I think. Good morning to everyone around the country who's tuned into our live stream. So my name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending a short, sharp 35 minutes with you as we go through what we call our introduction presentation, which is really a business proposition for you to consider. It is an invitation, essentially. So we're going to be going through the business. If you have any questions, reserve those until after the presentation and speak to the person that's hosting you or has invited you to watch this presentation. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company. We've been around since 1952, so we've stood the test of time. We're a business that has been around for a very long time. I'm going to touch a little bit more on Constantia towards the end of the presentation, but DuePoint is a fairly new division. We are just over 3 years old. We were founded in February 2016 when a number of factors and aspirations came together for the founders of this business. So I'm going to quickly go through those factors because I think it gives you context as to the necessity of this business. So number one, economic and risk factors. We saw the economic necessity for a business like this, and you are testament to that because I'm sure you're not here in Bryanston or watching this on the live stream wherever you are because we have free tea and coffee on offer. You are here because you are interested. Your interest has been piqued in the ability to create income. Right? That serves economic interest. The necessity exists because of the state of our economy, because of the state of employment typically today. And so this necessity serves to mitigate a lot of the risk factors that we find ourselves surrounded by today. Social entrepreneurship, this is the opportunity that we've extended to members of the public to get involved in business. Right? So we've allowed you to come partner with us and to benefit out of partnering with us through this business. And it is a true form of social entrepreneurship because this business is accessible to everybody. And the aspiration that we have as founders is that the business creates social impact. We want to be part of the solution to the community that we work within, to the country that we work within. And then finally, better distribution. So a better distribution model for us. Traditionally, what we've always done in the past is employed traditional forms of marketing and advertising to get our product and service out into the market. But what we've done through this social entrepreneurship offering is given you the mandate to help us build channels of distribution. Right? And so we're hoping that you will be way more effective than traditional forms of marketing and advertising because I know for myself, I would believe someone who told me about a good movie or a good restaurant rather than just seeing advertising on TV or on a billboard. And so we employ word-of-mouth marketing through members of the public to get our brand out into South Africa. So these factors all came together to form typically what we call the DuePoint system, and this is what you get to engage in here. As I said, your mandate, if you decide to join DuePoint, is to help us build channels of distribution into which we can market and sell our products. If you are successful in being able to create channels of distribution for yourself, there are a host of benefits waiting for you. So now you need to know about the benefits because, as I said, this is a business proposition. And I think this slide will sum up a lot, especially if you're weighing up this offering against other opportunities. Because, I mean, how many opportunities are we faced with? We've always got people coming to us, different schemes and scams and opportunities, and you have to be able to make a discerning decision about what is best for you. So I think this slide will sum it up quite nicely for you. Primarily what you get to create is additional income for yourselves, so that's obvious. But the nature of the income is very important because what happens at DuePoint is that you actually get to share in what we call our book value and you get to create what we call recurring income. Now the beautiful thing about recurring income is that it can pay you while you're sleeping. This is what my father said to me. Get involved in business that can pay you while you're sleeping. I had no idea what he was talking about. I thought he wanted me to wear a miniskirt on Rivonia Road at midnight. I'm kidding. There are legitimate ways of making money while you're sleeping. right? And DuePoint is one of them. People will, if you run around in investment circles, you hear about people speaking about annuity income or passive income, recurring income. They're very much the same thing. It's the ability to free yourself of activity-based income or time-constrained income, right? Which is what we are used to as employees, because your employment contract is exactly that. Your employment contract says you work for this many hours a day for the month, we will pay you a salary at the end of that, right? But there are so many things today that threaten your activity as an employee. So if you get sick and you run out of your sick days, how many sick days do we have in our contract? Like 6 a year, if we're lucky, right? If you run out of that, your boss isn't going to carry on paying you if you're bedridden. Retrenchment is a risk to our employment. Retirement, just getting to an age where you get told you're too old to be of value to our business, you need to go, right? Even death, that affects your family. It might not affect you, but it will affect your family, right? And so we have all these threats to typical income, but recurring income mitigates a lot of that risk, and you get to share in that benefit here at DuePoint. Power duplication is your opportunity to go out and build a team around you that can build a channel of distribution with you. They get to collaborate with you and are able to grow a channel much faster than you can on your own. And so your income can increase exponentially, right, if you build a good team around you. Our business is very flexible, and we're going to be touching on the beauty of our mobile app in the development seminar at 11 o'clock. Because really what the mobile app allows you to do is to build your channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day. It can be midnight, it can be 5 in the morning. You can be building a channel 1,000 kilometers away from where you live. You can be doing it from your home. You can even be in the bathroom and be building your channel of distribution, right? So there's wonderful flexibility in DuePoint. And then we have no startup capital. We don't have starter kits. No one's going home with boxes of product. You don't have to invest large amounts of money to get started in this business. We've designed the business to be as low cost as possible, to have a very low barrier to entry, so that one, it becomes accessible to as many people as possible. Two, you're at liberty to try this business without any fear of the risk or losing anything, all right, if you don't make the business work for you. And then we don't have any qualifications or experience requirements, making it even more accessible. And for me, the most important benefit always is the ability to build an asset that you have ownership over. This is very important. This is really where the root of wealth lies, is in asset ownership, right? But the majority of us don't have assets that create income. We rely on employment, right? Sales, activity, commission-based types of income. And we never get to create an asset. We will work for 45 years, some of us even longer, working for somebody else. Yet what do we have to show for it when we get to retirement? 95% of South Africans can't afford to retire. My father was forced to carry on working, although I think he loves it. My mother-in-law will be forced to carry on working. The majority of South Africans are forced, if they're even lucky, to carry on working. They've got to go out and look for jobs again at the age of 60, 65. They become dependent on family members, on children, right? How many young families do you know can take on the burden of having to support their parents? So why don't we start focusing, start sacrificing time, start investing time in building assets that pay out income, where income doesn't end when you get sick, when income doesn't end when you get retrenched, that doesn't end when you retire, that doesn't end when you die. This is why I'm hoping people will be happy to start sacrificing time into a business like DuePoint, knowing that they've got legal ownership over this channel of distribution that they've spent all this time creating. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved. So that's my job, Brendan's job. When we're up on stage, our website will tell people about the products. We will tell you about all the wonderful benefits, and hopefully you get to engage in those products. But that is explicitly excluded from your mandate, right? In your contract, it'll say you may not publish, market, sell, tell people about our products. That's wonderful. You don't have that responsibility. But what you are mandated with is to go out and connect people to DuePoint, the same way you are connected to DuePoint. Very simply, I rely on you to get people in front of me. I will then do the rest of the work for you. Just get them in front of me. Your job is to convince someone to spend 35 minutes, whether it's online or here at head office, any day of the week, any time of the day, 35 minutes to watch this intro presentation. That's all you have to do. Connect people. You don't have to convince them, just connect them, right? And because our products are financial in nature, means we don't have stock and distribution issues. But your success is very much dependent on the ability to build a channel of distribution. So I'm going to show you what a channel of distribution looks like, because we understand pictures better, don't we? All right? So there you are, you're a little red man with his arm up. You look like you're directing traffic, but you're actually saying, yes, I'm a wealth engineer. That's what you're doing. It begins with you. So you become a wealth engineer, very simply, and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you go out and start speaking to people, connecting them. And the amount of people that you connect, a portion of which will become wealth engineers. Statistically, they will become wealth engineers and product owners. And now that is the beginning of your channel of distribution, because those individuals that became wealth engineers because of your activity will go out and start connecting other people. And this is where we see the power duplication start to take place. This is the leverage that exists in our business. Leverage is a beautiful thing, because leverage means exponential growth, right? And so after time, this is what your channel of distribution could look like. Every single product owner here on the screen, you are being paid for in the form of recurring income in our rewards program every single month. This is the asset that you've created, that you own, that doesn't disappear next month. It doesn't disappear in 5 years' time. It doesn't disappear when you get retrenched at work, or you get sick, or you get retired, or you even die. You get to pass this asset on to your children, onto your spouse, onto beneficiaries, right? This is the legacy that you're able to create at DuePoint. So this is what our focus is, building a channel of distribution. We pay you every single month in what we call our returns program. So the returns program is based on a R27.50 fee that we pay for you for every product that you have in your qualified channel. But it's dependent on where that product lies in relation to you. So remember, when you started building your channel initially, you connected people to what we call your first point. And on your first point, you actually earn double the R27.50. So you're earning R55 for every product on your first point every single month. So if you had 10 people on your first point that were paying that product successfully, you'd be earning R550 a month. That's an extra $6,000 in your pocket every year, right, in recurring income. That's just the beginning, because when those people go out and connect other people, right, we call that your second point, and on your second point, again, you're earning R55 for every product every month. So if you had 100 people, simple maths, now you're earning R5,500 a month. That's R60,000 you've just generated for yourself annually, right? And if you consistently keep engaged in this business, your channel will keep growing with time, right? It almost becomes out of your control, because now you've put control into the people that you've connected into the business. And so your channel will ultimately get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the further the product gets away from you, that multiplier starts to reduce all the way to 4% by 0.8. But we don't limit you at 0.8. So you can grow your channel way beyond 0.8. You'll see a wealth engineer who's got 11 points in their channel shortly, right? We don't limit you on the size of your channel. We don't limit you on how much money you can earn at DuePoint. There's no limitation. The only limitation lies with you. The accountability lies with you. You want a bigger channel? You want to earn more? Connect more people to your first point. It's as simple as that. And then have the patience to see that channel grow with time. All right? Yet people still want to understand, well, how much effort's required and how quickly can I become rich in this business? We all had to be rich. Who's here doesn't want to be rich? They just want a little bit of money to help them. There are people. Not all of us have to aspire to becoming rich, but nonetheless, this business is for everybody, right? So what we did was, when we launched the business, we created this projection over the next 5 years. We called it the path to success, right? There must have been someone in marketing that came up with that slide name. And it is based on the premise that you're able to connect 2 people onto your first point every single month, right? So just 2 people every month, new people every month onto your first point. And if you can do that, after 6 months, you'll be close to earning about R2,500 a month for yourself in recurring income. Now, this is always, I always look into the audience, look at the faces, and it's always deadpan. No one changes their expression when I say R2,500 a month. No one leaves, so I'm not complaining. But the lesson for me, and this is a lesson that I figured out myself. So when I gave the presentation, I never touched on this example much. Right? But then I started to understand after a year, why do I look at R2,500? Why do we look at R2,500 and it doesn't stir much emotion in us? Because we're all consumers. And R2,500 from a consumer point of view, from a spending value point of view, is not that much. It isn't. I can give you each R2,500 today, and I'll be surprised if it lasts the weekend. Right? True. We laugh, true. And then on Monday morning, you go, I'm sure I had more notes than this. And then you start looking at the kids and the people that work around you. Who took my money? You spent your money, right? That's what we do as consumers, constantly. But our business, DuePoint, when we talk about social impact, DuePoint's aspiration is to create wealthy individuals in our business. Wealthy people. We look at the people that change their circumstance in this business, and that's the sense of pride that we're achieving social impact that we have as employees at DuePoint, right? And so the first lesson is that we need to stop thinking like consumers and start thinking about wealth creation. If you want to change your circumstance, you can't keep doing and thinking the way you always have. One of the biggest lessons for me is that money has leverage. Money has power if you decide not to spend it. So we always talk about investing, but there's actually a step before investing that you can look at, and that's getting rid of your debt faster than what you have to, right? Every form of debt has typically got a term, a contract term to it. Bonds can be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, even 30 years. Hire purchase can be everything from 6 months to 3 years to 5 years. Cars are 3 years, 5 years, up to 7 years on cars, right? You don't have to take that amount of time to pay your debt off. You can do it faster. If you use the money that you're making in the form of recurring income, you can use that money to pay your debt off faster. Here's an example of a 1 million rand bond. You can pay a 1 million rand bond off in 20 years if you want to, right? Or you can pay it off in half the time. If you pay it in half the time, all you have to do is put an extra 20% into your installment every single month. You can take that 2,500 rand and put it into a 1 million rand bond and pay that house off in 11 and a half years and save yourself nearly 900,000 rand in interest that you would have paid to the bank. The bank makes money. Always. Banks do not fail. Why? Because they know this lesson. They understand it very well. And they know that the masses are consumers. Start paying your debt off. It is the first stepping stone to creating wealth for yourself. At month 12, you're creating nearly 9,000 rand a month. That's in excess of 100,000 rand annually after 1 year. After 2 years, you're close to 28,000 rand. After 3 years, nearly 46,000 rand. After 4 years, and the number gets bigger and bigger because you're at liberty to grow your channel every single day, right? Month 48, you're close to 70,000 rand after 5 years. The 5-year projection gets you to 85,000 rand a month. After 5 years, 60 months of connecting 2 people onto your first point every single month. 1 million rand annually. Who got a 1 million rand bonus ever in their lives? Right? That stuff's reserved for top execs and stockbrokers and that type of thing, right? Not the rest of us. But I'm saying you can have it. That's the beauty of DuePoint. We've made this available to anybody who's willing to put in the work. But this is just academic, this path to success. And that's why we always bring people that are doing the business up onto stage, right? It's very important for us to show real individuals doing this business. And everyone's different. So you will hear a different story every single time. We've got Peter. Peter's here. Where's Peter? Right in front. Peter's been paid over the last 3 years nearly 72,000 rand. He's got 16 people on his first point. We talk about leverage. He's got 11 points in his business, right, with 231 people in his channel. That's leverage. He didn't find the 231. He found the 16. But the 16 did enough good work to find the 231. Then we've got Francina. Francina's been in the business only 1 year and 7 months. The value of her channel, her recurring income has exceeded 6,000 a month already. That's a nice 72,000 rand a year that she can now depend on, right? She's got 19 people on her first point that she's referred to the business. That's translated into 133 people in her channel. She's got only 4 points. Why does Peter have 11 points and Francina's got 4 points? Time. It's just time. Francina is doing all the right stuff. She is working that first point, right? And maybe her channel doesn't work as hard as her, but with time, her channel will start developing and getting bigger and getting bigger and getting bigger, right? So we'll see when she's at year 3, I'm sure she'll be up on stage again. We'll see where she is. These are still early days for people. Early days, 18 months in the business. When we start businesses, we only expect to start turning profit at year 5. That's what entrepreneurs typically project. Profitability after 5 years. You can be profitable in this business in the first month. So go onto our YouTube channel. We've got thousands of people that join our business every single month, and we select a handful of those people to come up onto stage and to share their testimony with us. So if you go onto our YouTube channel, you'll see all those testimonies on the YouTube channel. You can go look at the superstars, and you can go look at the people that are brand new in the business. We've covered everybody, right? And they give a realistic take on what this business is all about. Even the frustration. There is frustration, right? So go take a look at that. On top of the returns program, we've got a rewards program, which we're going to be speaking about a little more in depth in the Dev seminar at 11. But the rewards program basically rewards you for the success that you have at DuePoint. We get to share in a wonderful thing as a community in DuePoint, that we get to share in each other's successes, celebrate them, and then even celebrate you on stage or wherever it might be. Right? You get to be recognized in this business for your success. And so one of the first notable ranks that you get to, so as you start to rank up in this business, your channel is getting bigger, and as your channel gets to certain milestones, we call them ranks. So we've changed our rank 5. We used to have a fancy little USB stick, but what we've now done is we replaced it with a business toolkit valued at 1,200 Rand. You can see it's got caps, USB sticks, notepad, most importantly, business cards. I think people like caps more than they like business cards. There's something wrong there. But you get the business toolkit at rank 5. At rank 7, we give you even fancier business cards that cost us an absolute fortune. Why? Because this business, life, is based on first impressions. Always. I went to a talk with, actually a training weekend with Jordan Belfort. Who knows who Jordan Belfort is? Right? The Wolf of Wall Street. They did the movie. Leonardo DiCaprio did a movie on him. He was a crazy stockbroker on Wall Street. I think at the age of 27, he was making $1 billion a year in his business, right? And went to prison for about 18 months. But nonetheless, the man can sell ice to Eskimos. And in our business seminar with him, that was an absolute fortune. Fortunately, I went to go for free because I was doing marketing for a client who was trying to get him in to do training for his business. And Jordan Belfort said to everybody, he said, first impressions is everything in life. Whether you're dating, whether you're in sales, whether you're trying to get a job, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. We automatically sum people up in seconds. I can look around the room and I can paint a little picture and a story and a narrative of every single person I see, just from first impressions. So when we spend 17,000 Rand on business cards, it's there to help your first impression. It is there to help your business. Because when you put a business card like that down on the table or in someone's hand, their impression of you goes up tremendously because they've never seen a 17,000 Rand business card. What is this company, DuePoint? Tell me, right? Everything in our rewards program is built for business. These are not nice to haves. These are prospecting tools for you. Even at rank 9, you might think, oh, rank 9 is a lovely holiday for you and the family. There is purpose designed in taking you and your family business class flights to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days away. Because people get to see the success that you're having at DuePoint. This business is a business that depends on it becoming successful through the viralness of our success. Right? And when you start Facebooking, you and your family sitting in business class or at the business class lounge or at a 5-star luxury resort that costs 200,000 Rand a week to stay at, your inbox will fill up. Ask the rank 9s that have been on the trip. Their inboxes fill up, right? Especially after December. Because some of us are going to Umhlanga, whereas other people are going to Mauritius business class. Some of us can't even go to Umhlanga, we've got to stay at home. Right? We fill up that plastic pool with water. Tell the kids there, go play. So let's take a look. We've documented our 2 rank 9 trips. And I want everyone to know, everyone in this room to know that you can be at rank 9 coming with us. It's available for everybody. We have block book business class already for this December. I don't know who's joining us. Thank you, Donnie. Only you can tell. Only you can decide who's coming. Right? I don't look at the list and go, they will come. You do it for yourselves. You need 1,000 products in your qualified channel. You're earning 20,000 Rand a month. And you get to go home and say, family, we're going to Mauritius 5-star business class this year. And you get to enjoy this every single year for the rest of your life. 2 ranks later, we spend 250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car, because the best car you can have in your garage is one with no debit order at the end of the month. Right? How many of us enjoy that luxury? Even when we pay the car off, we're like, right, now I need a new car. Right? That's the way we do things. How much closer are you to becoming wealthy, or at least debt-free, if you're taking your family on an overseas holiday every single year where you don't spend a cent, where you're driving around a car that you don't pay an installment on every single month? Right? That's our first goal. Our goal is to get you to becoming debt-free, where you have a bank account that doesn't have debit orders going off. Think about not having a single debit order going off your account. You pay everything up front. School fees 1 year up front. Who are those parents that pay for school fees 1 year up front? You know that checkbox on the form? Say, who uses that checkbox? Pay for a whole year of school fees up front. That's where we want to get you, right? This is what the business is about. It's about not just giving you extra money. It's about changing your life. So this is the rewards program. We're only at rank 11. People have gotten to rank 9 in 5 months. Rank 11 in 2 years. This is early days. Early days. Rank 28 awaits some of you. It's waiting. It's waiting. It's already been planned. We know what happens at rank 28. I know. 250,000 Rand car is a little car in the rewards program. A little car. I know there's some petrol heads here going, oh, I wonder what the other cars are. So that's a rewards program. But our business is not built on our returns and rewards program. Our business is built on the backbone of the products that we've innovated for South Africans. And really what the products do is try to protect your wealth. They try to protect your assets. They protect your legacy, right? So let's go through the 4 products. There's more information on our website, but they've been designed to be straightforward, right? Which is rare in the financial industry to have a straightforward financial product. They are straightforward products and accessible to everybody. So Access Wealth is our first product. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. The investment portion, let me start with the premium. The premium is 324 Rand a month, 100 Rand of which gets invested into a tax-free investment fund. So we take advantage of tax-free investment legislation that exists in South Africa. You don't have to pay tax on the proceeds of your investment with this product. And then the insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay you out. You don't have to do any medical declarations. There's no nurse coming to visit you. We don't test your blood sugar and say, sorry, we can't pay you. Your blood sugar's high. We pay you. If you die in an accident, we pay out your beneficiaries. Then Wealth Guard is strictly insurance. It's 249 Rand a month only, but this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And when I say our products are designed to be as accessible as possible, anyone over the age of 18 can get on this product. You can be 70 with a heart condition, it's still 249 for you. I know my father can't get life insurance. I know many people. You're diabetic and you're in your 40s, you cannot get life insurance, right? This premium is the same for everybody. Then we have our funeral cover product, beautiful funeral cover product called Family Wealth. It starts at 299. It gives you funeral cover to the value of 20,000 Rand. It covers up to 5 additional family members. As the principal member, you also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So upon your death, we'll pay out any liability that you might have to the value of 10,000 Rand. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand if you wish, as well as up to 10 family members. And there you can see no excluded pre-existing conditions. Right? It doesn't matter what your health status is. As long as you're between the ages of 18 and 70, you can get in this product. And then once you're in the product, it becomes a whole of life product. So you can live to 80, 90, 100, 110. You'll still be covered under this product. Right? We don't cancel your policies like a lot of other companies do. They will cancel you. They say, oh, you look like you're going to die soon. We're canceling your product. Right? They do that, but this is a whole of life product. So it's a wonderful product. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is not actually a financial product, but it has financial benefit. in the fact that what we try to achieve with this product is to reduce your monthly expenditure. When inflation is running away wild, this product tries to stem that inflation. So for 299 Rand a month, you get to engage with the companies that we've partnered with. So there's a list of companies that we've partnered with. They offer us discounts and services that we get to share with our Wealth Points members. So we've partnered with as many businesses to cover that broad spectrum of typically what we spend money on every single month. So we've got telecoms companies, we've got groceries, we've got car manufacturers, we've got hotels through the entertainer, restaurants through the entertainer. We've got all these health and service, beauty industry businesses. So you look good as well. Paul, get your nails done maybe? All about first impressions. I don't know what first impression would create if you walked in with done nails. So if you engage in these partners, there is certainly massive value to be had. And we've just added 4 brand new partners to Wealth Points without any increase in the subscription fee. Right? So we're always looking for new partners in this business to add even more benefits. So those are the 4 products. Some incentive that you need to be very aware of if you get started as a wealth engineer. Our first incentive is, I don't want to say it's a long-term incentive, but it's longer than the other incentives. It's only 1 year. So for 365 days of you being a wealth engineer, if you can connect 365 people onto your first point. So remember that path to success, we said 2 a month. You laugh in the face of 2 a month. You say, give me something bigger. Here it is. The 365 challenge. Connect 1 a day on average. Right? You can connect all 365 in your first month or your last month, but as long as it's 365 new people on your first point in 365 days, you will get to about rank 13, rank 14 in our rewards program. You'll be earning close to 50,000 Rand a month. And then on top of it, what we'll do, and you've got the holiday, by the way, you've got maybe 2 holidays. You might have the Mediterranean trip at rank 14. You've got the car, you've got the business cards, you've got the business pack. We'll give you an extra 365,000 Rand cash check. Just say, well done for doing it in 1 year. Now you've got to ask yourself, can I do this? Can I do this? You only have to speak to 5 people a day. So on average, out of every 5 people, you'll maybe get 2 or 3 appointments. Out of the 2, 3 appointments, at least 1 person will join. There's your maths. Simple. Speak to 5 people a day. It's as simple as that. Right? Break it down. I'm a big fan of just break it down. Break it down into little bits that you can do. Right? How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Then we've got our short term. So this is really a short term incentive. It's for April only. It's called Young Guns, our Young Guns Wealth Quest, where we challenge you to bring in 2 young people. Young people is under the age of 30. So people like me. Why are you laughing? 2 people under the age of 30. If you can help them get qualified, which means you've got to support them so that they can get 3 of their own people each. So it's 8 people on your first and second point that you'll do to conquer this Wealth Quest. We'll give you an extra 5,000 Rand just for April's business. Right? Or you can take the Apple iPhone, up to you. So that's Young Guns. A reminder, Port Elizabeth Encounter, if I go outside and speak to Jane and say, how many bookings do we have for our Port Elizabeth Encounter? I don't know if I want to ask her. I might get angry. I want to know, how many people are we booking for our Eastern Cape Encounter? That's your job. Don't look at me. My job only starts when I get there. Your job is to connect as many people to this Port Elizabeth Encounter as possible, right? Why? Because it's a great opportunity. You get robbed to fly down to Cape Town, no expense to you, book out the venue, right? And then offer anyone who wants to come to the business seminar for free, and I will indoctrinate them for 4 hours, right? I will help you prospect, but you have to connect people. So you need to make a list, contact them. Not everyone will say yes. And out of the people that do say yes, not everyone will arrive, right? But get people here, because once they're in that room, when they see DuePoint and the power of DuePoint, I promise you we will get the majority of them to join this business and start helping you grow a channel out the Eastern Cape. You want a national business. You don't want a Bryanston business or wherever you're from, Boksburg business, Alberton business. You want a national business. That's the power of this business, that flexibility. Straight afterwards, what's the time? 25 minutes time. We are doing the XP Rewards Program 2.0 development seminar. Very exciting. This is something I've been working on for a long time. There have been a couple of aspects that I really wanted to get to in our business, and I've been able to address those things in this update that we've done. So what I want you to make, or at least what I want you to do, or at least have made sure that you've done, is update the app on your phone. Update the app on your phone. We had the new updates come out yesterday for both Android and Apple devices. Make sure it's updated. We've got free Wi-Fi. Update your phone because we're going to be going through the app. The app is going to reflect a lot of what we've changed and the features that come with it. So that's happening at 11 a.m. The decision always, for me, for you, my decision for you is, how do you fit this business into your life? How do you, as a brand new person, as a guest watching this for the first time, you may be excited. You might be thinking, oh, I see hope. I see hope of prosperity this year, right? That's what our business delivers, is some hope in this economy that we're living in. But you have to practically and intentionally decide how you're going to do it. If I say to you, you need to connect people, how are you going to do it? Tomorrow, this afternoon, who are you going to speak to? How are you going to speak to them? And how can you do it every single day? If you want to fit DuePoint into your life, don't treat it as a hobby or a New Year's resolution, something that you do when you feel like it. You have to take it seriously. This business can save your life. You might be sitting there thinking, oh, I'm fine. My job's solid. You're living in la la land. That's what everyone thought before they got called into a meeting on Friday afternoon at their offices. When you get called into a meeting on a Friday afternoon at your office, it's not good news. This business is about mitigating risk. It serves necessity. Decide how you're going to fit it into your life permanently. Permanently. I promise you, we will have fun. We will have fun. It's not all hard work and disappointment when people say no to you. There is fun and success and money and holidays and cars involved in this business. A little bit of background on Constantia, because I know if you become a wealth engineer, you're going to go out and you're going to try to convince people to spend 35 minutes watching this presentation. They're going to say to you, who is DuePoint? When they look in your eyes, you mustn't look bewildered. You must look confident. You must look proud when you speak about DuePoint. You say, oh, let me tell you about DuePoint. So I want you to go do background checks on us. Go through our entire website. Go to our principal's website, Constantia. Right? We list on the Joburg Stock Exchange under Conduit Capital. You can go look at them. Go to the FSCA website. Go look at all the financial licenses that Constantia has. Go look at the background, the history, the heritage, the legacy of this business. I want you to be proud when you join DuePoint, because people will see that in your eyes. They will see the belief. People join people. They join people. The business is what the business is. No one's going to change that. But when you're representing the business, when you become a wealth engineer, brand ambassador, people want to see what they're joining in your eyes, right? So do that. There's the FSP number that we operate under. All our financial licenses are on display outside above the water cooler. A reminder, Wednesday. What's happening on Wednesday? Huh? You're whispering very quietly. Are you scared that I'm going to ask you to work on your public holiday? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Public holidays are for people that have liberty to rest. Who has liberty to rest in this economy? Nobody. The people with blinders on are the people that sit back on public holidays and during the holidays doing nothing, waiting for things to change, complaining on Facebook and Twitter. So on Wednesday, we're going to be working. There will be a 12:15, lunchtime, intro presentation. Who's going to be there? Who's going to connect people this whole week and say, come on a Wednesday? I know you're not working. You're going to be sitting on the couch. Come on Wednesday. Or let's watch it on the live stream. Let's do business on Wednesday. That enriches us, right? So that's my reminder. Wednesday is a working day. There we go. All right, guys. We're at the end of the presentation. We are starting the dev at 11, so you've got about 20 minutes. I think that's enough time to speak to your guests before we start the development seminar. My wish always, at the end of every presentation, when I get to address everyone who's made time to come listen to me, my wish for everybody is that you, in this bubble of DuePoint, you get to create prosperity for yourself and your family this year. You can do it. Every single one of you can do it. Even if you feel like you can't do it, I promise you, get engaged with DuePoint. My job here at DuePoint is to figure out ways of supporting you so that you can become wealthy. That's what I do every single day. I'm thinking constantly. How do I make the intro better? How do I make the mobile app better? How do I engage with my wealth engineers and get them motivated every single day? How do I give them tools for wealth creation? You are not on your own in this business. You are in a business where you're not competing with anyone else. We are all working towards the same thing, and there's wealth available for every single one of us. And there's a business class trip waiting for you too. Even your 2-year-old can sit on business class, while the poor people walking to economy scowl at the little kid and say, why are you wasting so much seat space for a little kid like that? That's for you. It's for you. So that is my wish. Prosperity for 2019. Good luck. I hope to see most of you at the Dev at 11. Thank you.